Okay, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rockin Richard Houston out of Detroit, Michigan. I am very honored to be on the Skate Konnect show to express everything that we're trying to do in roller skating and bring us all together.
So there you go. We got the man himself, Mr. Richard Houston. I am DJ R. Cole.
And I am the queen, and this is Boss
And
Talk.
this is Boss Talk. Man, Rockin Richard Houston.
Yeah.
Rockin Richard Houston. Now, you had a long skate career. And as I mentioned earlier, we saw your video on YouTube, skating from 1976 on the Gong Show. I will say it again. I was not born then. I was not thought of then. So when I saw you rolling, I said, first thing I said was, look at his outfit and look at that afro. That man was doing it.
That's the trophy right behind me, the Gong Show.
Yeah, Gong Show royalty.
Gong Show. So let's start again with what year you started skating. I believe you told us that you were 8 years old. Correct?
I was about 8 years old, yeah. So I would say let's go with 1959.
Okay.
And I had a manager in our apartment building that we stayed in. It was like 12-story building, and he always went roller skating. So one day he decided to take a few of the kids in the neighborhood, in the building, because the whole building knew everyone, okay?
Okay.
And he took me to the Arcadia roller skating rink, which about maybe 2 miles away from the house. We all walked there. We walked everywhere, yeah. Which was right next to the Afro-American Museum in Detroit, Michigan. So, nice. Well, it wasn't built in, but that's where I lived at.
Nice.
And we went down to the rink and walked through the doors and put on a pair of skates. And this was the first time putting on a pair of skates and skating on wood, not outside. And man, oh man, the thrill of just seeing how fast people were going and the things that I saw them doing on skates, I believe I was hooked right there.
Wow.
Right.
So tell us what the skate scene was back then. Like when you went in, was the music thumping? Was the people moving?
When I first went, it was sort of like by me being at such a young age. It wasn't the adult sessions that, we have now where they out there acting unnatural fool and tearing the floor up and enjoying every minute of it,
Yeah.
But it was enough to give me, like the afternoon session where some of the other skaters who were more progressed would come and practice some of their moves, and they would do it early enough where before a lot of the kids get in the ring,
Okay.
But just seeing those type of moves from those different types of skaters then gave me the thrill that, oh wow, look at this, and I couldn't do that outside on cement because I'd be them, fell all over.
So were you guys skating outside in cement? Like when you went to the skating rink, was that your first time getting on skates, or had you done it a little bit before but not really?
Well, I've done it before on the, the metal skates, I even took a pair of them and made me a skateboard, so 2x4s, you got the handle and everything, you got your skates on the bottom, because back then, it was so many things we had to do, that, we can get out, we can play marbles. We played marbles behind the DIA in Detroit, and it's just, it's not like it is now,
Yeah.
We were free. We can go 2 or 3 blocks down the road somewhere, and if we got into it somewhere, my mother and father knew about it before we got home, So.
I know, right? And it was no social media back then.
Oh, no. I knew everybody, and I can hear him in the back of my head. I'm going to tell your mama. And she sure, sure enough.
So how often were you guys skating back then? Was the skating rink only open on certain days, or was it open every day? Or how did that work?
Back then, at that particular rink we were going to, we only had first starting off one day.
Okay.
Yeah, one day, and then it progressed to all those days,
Yeah.
We, it was open like matinees, things like when we go to school, we get out of school, you can go skating from like 12 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon and then come back that night from like 8 to 12, something like that. But it was basically starting out at one day, but
so was it more of a community thing, or was it like people from other, neighboring cities would come over and skate?
Well,
And
yeah, if you knew, well, it was more of a community thing, but it was to a point where the Arcadia was situated on a street called Woodward Avenue, which was the dividing line between the east side and the west side.
Okay.
So we had projects on the east side and on the west side. So we called the Brewster projects was on the east side, and Jeffrey projects was on the west side. They would all merge on this rink. Okay. Now imagine you got all the games from one side of town and all the games on the other side of town.
Yeah.
Go skating. Okay.
Yeah.
But the love for roller skating outweighed, I gotta battle you when I see you on the street. It was a connection that it's not, everything will be all right while we're in this rink.
Right.
Skate, we gonna have a good time.
Yeah,
We could be
right,
like,
right.
hey, it's not a thing wrong, and anytime they want to do something, they would basically do that once skating was over and they went back to their perspective.
Back to the regular life.
Isn't that
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
how something so beautiful can unite, discord, just 8 wheels, just united discord.
That, and seeing that, because you hear about it by me, growing up in the ghettos and, in Detroit, you see all of that, and then how you get to a rink and wouldn't you two guys just argue at each other?
Now y'all skate together.
Right.
And then I had an uncle there, his name was Buster, who was like 300 pounds, and he ran the rink, okay? And he had this no nonsense going on in his rink, all right? If you two guys decide that you want to fight, he would separate both of you, take both of you in the back of the room, put boxing gloves on you. You hear me?
Okay.
And so no one's around, all right? Now it's just you and him. Now y'all want to duke it out, or y'all want to get kicked out of here forever,
And I tell your mama.
The love for skating made them come out of there holding hands and shaking hands in front of everybody, and now everybody back to skating.
That's great.
So that it told you then that there's something to this. That love for roller skating can outweigh me wanting to shoot you down in the street right now or in this rink. Put it that way, But when then constantly going just makes it even. You get more connected to it.
So as you progress, and we'll say like mid 60s, when things were kind of a little bit more, I guess, racially segregated then.
Yeah. Well, segregated even back then.
Yeah.
But when you went to start going out to different rinks outside of your home rink, how were you received?
Well, we knew about different rinks that was, in the area. Like we would go to Toledo, we would go skating up in Pontiac, and different other rinks that we go to. They had their own little groups and everything, but it was the fact that we was all trying to learn from each other. So when we come into their rinks, we would teach them what we know, and they would teach us what we know, what we want to know. And that bond just went from city to city to city to state to state to state. And look at where we are now with the radio shows and stuff like that. Because it's not about who's the best out here. It's all about we all do something different.
There you go. It's about the culture.
We all do it on them 8 wheels, and that's what made me decide. Well, you know what? I got to write a book about this. I gotta, because if I had a book about all of this 40 years ago, 50 years ago, when they were out there doing stuff that we didn't even have cameras back then, to take pictures. But now we've got every outlet we can to capture everything we're doing. Put it in a skating museum and all that. All that's going to happen. Just a matter of time. And outlets such as yourself making it happen.
So back then, in the 50s and 60s and everything like that, had you yourself experienced any racial tension or anything like that?
Well, we all basically did. It was just a matter of what degree, but going to the rinks, I was at the rink more than I was at home. So I would, I'm in them 14 times a week until I really got good at it, and then I would start going to different rinks in different cities. So I wasn't really too much in the neighborhood as far as getting into trouble a lot, and
that's good.
running into different people that I like the police and all that. we had cousins. It was 8 of us, 7 of us, and had 4 cousins, and we all walk the street going roller skating. When police will pull up, they think we were, a gang or something,
Yeah.
until they realize, no, that's a certain family, and they all kinfolk going roller skating,
Yeah.
But,
Did y'all have your own skates back then?
well, we had rental skates that we skated on at first until you
Okay.
got to a certain level where you can buy your own skates. And my uncle working in the rink, I was able to get a job giving out roller skates, working in the skating rink. I would have done it for free. But,
Most of us start off like that, doing it for free.
Yeah, I got to buy my own skates and then keep them in the skating room and pay on them every week, which was like $5 a week. Because that was the only place I skated, so they stayed there until I paid for them. But just coming there every week. Go ahead.
How much did it cost to go skating back then?
How much? How much was the admission back then?
Because you said y'all was in a pack. Now I'm saying, how much did it cost to get in?
Like $1.25.
Oh, that's expensive back then, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for the 4 hours that you would skate. Yeah. And then that paid for your rentals too, so if you had rentals, but the thing of it, just getting your own skates, we used to go pop out hunting, be on our way to the rink, and everybody have enough by the time we got to the rink. Oh, because you're trading bottles in for that little 2 cent, next thing you know, you got enough to get in.
Hey, at least you guys were recycling, so that's
you
good.
Save the planet.
Save the planet.
See, roller skating saves the planet.
There you go.
That's right.
So when did you realize that, you know what, I'm pretty good at this?
Well, after my uncle turned me into what we call a floor guard. Okay, that's someone who's on the floor, making sure, if anyone falls or anything like that, that you're picking them up and helping them out. Lets me get out there and do anything I wanted to do, no matter what the session was, ladies only, men only, trios, backwards, whatever. I could do anything I wanted to do by myself as long as I was doing my job on that floor. And I would race in there. I would be like the first one on the floor, and just to get out there and learn different things that I still had in my head that I saw the adults doing, And then when it got to a point when I realized, oh, I could do this. Oh, and I can take that and turn it into something else and make it something totally different. Yeah. So he won't say, you stole my move. Yeah, I stole it. I'm sorry, but I put 10 other things with it, Right.
So were there a lot of skate groups back then too?
There was. Yeah, we had, we've had about maybe 10 or 15 groups from the east side, west side, because the area of Detroit, you had further groups out west and further groups out east, about maybe 9 rinks, and every rink had its own club.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I know you were doing all your moves and you stealing moves and you alter them so you make your own moves. So I know, where did you use those moves? I know they had competitions or something. And what was your first competition and what was the outcome?
Well, the first competition, what we call them beat bops, okay, where you get out there and you do everything, the best way you know how. You dress in your little outfits or whatever you want, like a little talent show type.
Okay.
And you get out there, and we had sort of like first, second, and third place for trophies. And when I was finally got enough confidence to get in one, I came in 4th place. Okay. But that was enough to really get me to a point where, I got to practice more. But it motivated me, to see that little shiny trophy with that skate on it, and I'm like, I got to have one of those,
Yeah.
And then I just, that's all right. I'm gonna wait, and then because they have them like every 3 or 4 months, so I got to practice more. Next time they gave it one, and I came in 2nd. I said, oh, that's it.
So I'm moving up now.
Moving up now. I know who I got to beat now, So that person, I just watched them and everything. And, and I said, okay, I can take this and this move that he really got going good, I can take that and do 2 more kicks with it, and but the next time we party, I came in 1st place.
Nice.
Wow.
Good deal. Now, so when did you say, I got to be on the Gong Show? Like, like tell us that process. Like, what made you say, you know what, I'm gonna go on the Gong Show. I'm gonna
Okay,
pick my afro out,
all of that.
press these linen or whatever they were back then.
It
Polyester,
was unbelievable.
polyester pants. And
You know it. Now gabardine shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I was, I watched this show on TV called The Gong Show. It was a talent show with this guy named Chuck Barris, who was the host of the show,
Yeah.
And all the time I keep watching it, I don't see anybody on there roller skating. I'm like, come on now, somebody got to put on a pair of skates as crazy as this show is, So I gave him a call, and, and that was in Hollywood, California, and NBC Studios, and lo and behold, they answered the phone, and I said, can I, in a cracked voice, can I get an audition to come out there and do the Gong Show? And when they said, sure, oh my God, I stood up right then, and they said, well, you got to come out here on your own and audition. I said, give me a date.
Hey.
They gave me the date, and I got on Greyhound from Detroit, Michigan, and rode all the way to California. Okay. Wow. 3 days. So I had enough determination to kick anybody that got in front of me. And then I got to the rink. I got to NBC Studios. Well, actually, it wasn't NBC Studios where they were doing the rehearsals. I went to the rehearsal site and rehearsed with my skates on and everything, and got a rehearsal date. Got a date to be on the show. Mm-hmm. Oh, that did it then. I walked out of there. You know how they walk out with their gold card, on the talent show?
Oh, yeah, come out running, screaming.
That's where it all started. The Gong Show is where all of that started, and as far as doing variety and talent and all that stuff, so Chuck Barris had a beautiful idea, and it was gold, that's why there'll never be another one like it, and walked out of there with my gold card, and first thing I said was, we're going to take the show. I'm gonna be on the Gong Show. They said, yeah, in 2 weeks. I said,
what did you say, bro? I just spent my last to get here, bro. Wait a minute.
I just got off Greyhound, but I had about 24 people meet me at the Greyhound. All the people that I knew that skated here that moved to California.
Okay.
Because when Motown moved out there, a lot of my friends went out there.
Gotcha.
And they were skaters too, just like Stevie Wonder, because I skated with Stevie Wonder at Arcadia. You hold
wait
a minute.
Back up.
Wait a minute.
I want to make sure y'all heard that. Say that one more again.
What by Stevie Wonder?
Yeah.
Oh, Stevie Wonder, no, he would put on some skates in a minute. If you've been noticing things.
Everybody was in trouble.
Hey,
you were holding his hand or something?
Oh, no doubt about it. He was just on a pair about 2 or 3 months ago in California.
Okay. Okay.
Baby.
Check that out on TMZ. That show you.
I'm gonna check it out.
All the Motown greats went there, because that was their relaxation. From the Temptations, the Miracles, Four Tops, they all, had their relaxation, back then. So he skates.
And nobody got pictures of Stevie Wonder skating.
That? No one has video.
That would be like the best meme of this.
Well, someone got it that took the picture because it was on Facebook when we saw him skating in California.
Wow.
So someone will bring that to
Pete when we need her. She's supposed to have that.
Wow.
Yeah,
So when you got on the Gong Show, and then it told you it's gonna be 2 weeks. So I'm assuming at this time it's not like money is not like indispensable. So you took your monies, you got there, and now you got to wait another 2 weeks. Like, okay, so what's going through your mind? Like,
well, I had a lot of friends there like I said, that met me at Greyhound when I got there, and they took me over to the studio to see what it looks like and everything. One friend I was staying with, I had a hotel for like a couple of days.
Okay.
But each one of those people that I grew up with skating, Marilyn, Gloria, Miguel, Mo, they took me in, okay? They sort of like divided me up. You're like, you staying in my house for these 2 days, and you staying over here with me on the boat for this day, and I'm just grinning from here to here.
Yeah, that's that skate love.
I'm like, okay, well, that took care of everything. Now I got my 2 weeks taken care of. Then I went and got a job at Taco Bell.
Okay.
got hired. I'm gonna pay my way now, okay?
Yeah.
Got hired that day, you know.
Now this was all back in '76, right?
Yes, you know, it was 70. I'm sorry, 79.
79. Okay, 79.
Yeah,
Okay.
79. Yeah, I'm working during the day, paying my rent, room and board, while I'm waiting on the show date for me to go to the NBC studios. Show date come up. A friend of mine named Miguel took me to the front gates of NBC studios and dropped me off right there and said, you know, I told him, I said, I don't know how long I'm gonna be in here, because it was like, 7 o'clock in the morning. And I didn't leave there till 8 o'clock that evening.
Yeah, because they tape multiple shows. Generally, when they do that, they don't just tape the one.
Yeah, they tape 10 shows that day.
Okay.
So I'm in this studio, large studio, with all types of crazy acts.
Yeah.
You know, because they're picking these acts out to go on the show. They can only put so many on the show, you know, doing a certain. So we all just watching each other, just practice and everything. And I'm like, something ain't right. I'm gonna beat you. This singer over here, I might have to worry about you.
Yeah.
But there was a guy that went before me who he was actually roller skating that show, but he had a basketball, okay? And he went out there and did his little thing and started bouncing that ball, and he got 29 points. Now, the most he did was 30. Going out there, and all the record I said was, feet don't fail me now.
Hey.
The rest is history, and I had 30 points.
Wow. Yeah, we actually saw that. Yeah, perfect 10s all the way around. So were you nervous when you was out there?
Without a doubt. Yeah, and then 6 months later, they gave me a call and said, Rich, we want you to come back. Come back? I just won the show. No, we want you to be a guest. You know, they said, okay, I'll come back and be a guest. Next thing I know, I had plane tickets, limo, hotel.
Wow.
So now you're royalty. You're Gong royalty.
Well, when I first won, you know, that was like $716. So they said, well, you want to join the union? I came out here on Greyhound and win my money and go home, right?
Yeah.
I come out here to stay, you know.
Yeah.
They say you're going to love being in the union, you know. So part of my earnings, I joined the union, American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, and started getting royalty checks.
Nice.
Yeah. That was a good move.
Yes, indeed. Celebrities, they know how to make money when you're in the union, no matter what you do, you know. So both of those shows helped me out financially a lot. Let's put it that way.
Wow, that's all right. That's all right. That is actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
So once you did that, we'll fast forward a little bit, and you decide to write a book.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the book, which you actually have it, and we actually have it here too.
Motown Sound on Wheels.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, you know, we had to document, you know, everything that we're doing, you know, because my godfather, oh my God, he wrote a book called Jammin', Bill Butler. Now, good part about it, he's from Detroit, okay? Went to New York and just, you know, turned it out, you know, but now he's in Atlanta. But it's the fact that we didn't have cameras and all of that back in the day, you know, when we were growing up, and all we had was someone to write about what we did, which is what all he could have done, Bill Butler could have done.
Yeah.
Now that we have outlets such as yourself that we can talk about skating and people can know what we're doing and where we're going to go, and, you know, I say it's time for this to be documented, you know, and the things I did coming up, you know, I said, you know, eventually we're gonna forget all of that, you know, so it's gotta be documented. You know, so it started me writing, you know. It took 10 years, but, you know, it was basically talking about me and my love for roller skating and the fact that we're sharing this all over the world now, you know. There's places we're getting on planes and just to go roller skating, you know. When we talk about going to Pontiac, which is like 20, 30 miles from here, people look at us crazy. You know, now
and now people going to London, Brazil.
All of that. We're going everywhere now, and it's just blowing up, you know. And if it hadn't been for the virus, This year would have been, oh my God, we would
Oh
have been doing so
yeah.
many things, and the parties are getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And but we've got to have people out here document it,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote the book and I got it in it, and actually my son is the photographer.
Oh
And,
wow.
Hey, shout out.
Okay. Good.
oh
Good
yeah,
deal.
I
yes.
also love that you dedicated the book to the Detroit skaters.
Yeah, well, the first one, I had to give homage to the people that I skated around who pushed me like I pushed
Right.
them. Okay. And we've got skaters, that have passed away, that have went to other cities that just blew up, I mean, just, they enhanced the skating style because
Mhm.
it was different,
Mhm.
and that's why we get on buses and things like that to go to
Yeah.
different cities to
Yeah.
see how they're doing and to share with, back and forth, and that love for skating. Oh man, it's just,
Yeah. Yeah.
you can't describe it. You have to put on a pair of skates and get in the
Mhm.
middle of it to understand it.
You really do, and it's always important to know the history
Yeah.
behind
That's it.
people
That's
like yourself, because
it.
especially when you're growing up in these times, we have a lot of younger skaters,
Yes.
and they only
Yes.
see what's right now. They don't know about the times before when
Mhm.
you guys were
Right.
out
Right.
there doing your thing, and the struggles that you guys had to
Yeah.
do in order to pave the way for what we have now.
There you go. That's why I had to
And
write it in order for them to read it, And
yeah,
when I had my book signing party at the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History, it was a sellout. It was beautiful,
Yeah.
And I
And that's
brought in.
on video too, ladies and gentlemen. That's
Yeah,
on
it is.
YouTube. You can see a little bit of that. We see him getting down, and a lot of the people that were there also got on the stage
Yeah.
and did a little skating.
Well, that's what we have to do. We have to showcase not only ourselves, but there's so much talent on skates. And
yeah,
every city I go to, I see different talent.
Yeah.
We've got to put our show together, like in my book says. It's like the Ice Capades, but only on roller skates.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Right.
We do more than just skate in a rink. All
Mhm.
right. We
Mhm.
put on parties. We have Halloween parties where we're skating out there, full costume, just having a good time.
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. I mean, it is unbelievable, and the fact that more and more people around this country are doing that,
Mhm.
and getting outlets, like you guys are doing, we can all share it,
Yeah.
and then we put our minds together because eventually we're gonna have a TV show that's gonna
Yeah.
be
Mm-hmm.
like Soul Train on skates.
There you
Right.
go. Hey, there you go.
Hey,
That's
so
actually
some
not.
of you people with that falloose out there, and you can do a TV show, Oprah,
You know,
Ava,
Tyler Perry. Whatever.
Tyler.
Hey,
Y'all
what's
I
happening?
mean, it's all out there. We just have to present the right package to them.
Right.
Definitely.
And because ain't nobody gonna just throw money at you just because they like to roller skate.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Right.
got to give them a reason. You got to show them what you're doing that's going to make them want to be able to join and do what you're doing at the same time.
Definitely.
That made me write a book, and I'm writing number 2 now, which is going to be I'm putting most of the best skaters from each city.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know their story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I want to
Yeah.
write their story, just like I got one story about me and Detroit and all that.
Right.
Imagine if I got 50 stories
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
of different skaters in different cities, different countries.
Yeah.
What is it like that you do, And then at the end of the book, I want to dedicate it to those we've lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
This has happened, because they were some great skaters and
Mm-hmm.
you get caught up in this now. And what are they doing now, that we can't skate?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
But
Yeah.
they come up
That's
with some
pretty
great
amazing.
inventive ways.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And at least this time in your book, there's so much footage now that you can draw from, that you can even have some footage there or have links there that people can go see some of the skaters that you will feature in your book.
Right.
Well, when I put these skaters in here that I'm doing, I'm going to also personally interview these people and videotape it. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Perfect.
when you see their picture, you're going to also be able to see their moves on skates at the same
All
time.
That's dope.
right.
That's dope.
That's how you express them. I can't read about how good you is on skates.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
I got to see it,
Yeah.
Yeah. People are visual
Yeah.
now. They are
Yeah,
definitely
people-
visual.
Yeah, this will just basically get the story out that we got a story to tell, and it can go so much further because we're
Mhm.
doing so many different things in so many different cities, so many different ways. We even skated on a cruise ship. You know, I mean, there's just so many different avenues that we can do with our skates on, you know. So there are thousands of stories out here. I could never run out of stories. You know, I mean, because every skater has one.
Right.
You know, every skater has one. You just pick and choose the ones that are really crazy and exciting and really motivating skating. You know, you got some people out there that don't even skate that much, but their vision of roller skating. Because when we skated 31 floors up, I died and went to heaven on skates.
Oh yes, yes indeed, yes indeed.
That wasn't even you never even dreamed of that, right?
Never even.
Someone always has a different vision.
Never had. That's why I told her. I talked to her yesterday. I said, you know what? Just keep doing what you're doing because your creative mind is always visualizing things that you know we can do on roller skates. You know, and I said, okay, I'm up there, 31 floors, skating around here. One guy come by me playing the violin roller skating.
Yep.
And then we had my boy Bargain Mason there. You know, I'm so sorry passed away, but you know that rock bounce roller skate. That's what we said. You know? Just that it was our skating anthem. You know, as far as you know, someone that made a song just for skating.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But we just got to keep moving. You know, things are going to get better. They're gonna get better.
Definitely gonna get better.
Now is the time when we can sit back and put our thoughts together on what we go do when this is over with. You know, we got to come up with creative ways to skate again until they come out with a vaccine. You know, because we're all about holding hands, hugging, and skating trios and fours and then backwards couples and all of that. You know, and now they say we can't do it. You know, so we've got to work around it. You know, but we will. We're skaters.
We're resilient. We're very resilient.
We'll figure it out. You know, it's just a matter of time. You know, but let's keep all this going.
Yeah. So tell us about some of those awards you have in the background. Because you have a lot of awards back there.
My little baby here, this is my Guru trophy.
Okay.
Guru, I got it from Skaters' Choice Awards here in Detroit. You know, they recognize skaters that are good DJs, good rinks, best couples, best single, you know, things of that nature as far as the craft, you know, how good you are, best trios, you know. Recognizing what you're doing on roller skating, you know. I got the Guru Award, you know, which is close to the Gong Show because in the Chinese award, Guru, the word is ecstatic. You know, you're the top of your game.
Okay.
You know? So like a lifetime achievement type.
Okay.
This one here is the West Coast Skaters gave me a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Hey,
amazing.
All right.
Yeah, when they after I won the Gong Show and everything, and because you know we all skate together so much, and I fly out there and we just party, you know. We have a great time. And this baby here, this is the Gong Show.
Oh, that's nice. It's got a little gong too.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, it's got gong now. Come on.
Hey.
Oh, it's real, without a doubt. And it's the only one in Michigan, too. So, you know.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
That actually, it's on the back of the book. You see the back of the book.
Yeah.
And the Skaters' Choice Award, again, gave me another trophy, which is Best Showtime Veteran Skater.
Wow.
You're a veteran now. What can I say? Yeah.
Hey, you earned that.
You sure have.
And this one here is my Michigan Godfather Trophy.
Okay.
That I got here from all of my peers here in Detroit. You know, ran skating rinks around Michigan. You know, they awarded me and my girl Cynthia Travis. She's the godmother. You know.
Okay.
So
Nice.
we're trying to just inspire other skaters. You know, to not only go for excellence and winning trophies and things like that, though, but bring up the young too. You know, the ones who are learning this craft. You know, if they want to learn it, we're all teachers, So
speaking of which, you've been skating since the early 50s and all the way up to now. Of course, there's been a change in the culture. So what advice would you give those who are looking into the culture right now or starting to roller skate or just whatever case is, based upon your history from back then to how it is now, what advice would you give somebody?
Well, I would say the ones who are beginning and would love to start roller skating, you need to first get your balance on a pair of skates. Rentals is okay for a minute, okay, but once you think you're starting to really get your little balance, buy your own skates, okay, because it's like a pair of shoes. It's once you get comfortable in them, you'll be able to do different things on them and learn more faster, more progress, than you would on a pair of roller skates, and just take it to another level, to keep on going where you're doing. And, it used to be a time that we didn't skate with the younger crowd, but now that we're all starting to get into this, we have skating parties where we got 30 and over first, that way we'll skate like from 9 until 12 o'clock. And if you're not 30, you can't even get in the building. And after 12, we'll let all like the 20 and over come in, because we have a style, they have a style, and ours naturally we're older, we're a little bit slower, but hey, we back in the Marvin Gaye's, the slow music, that we get out there and put up, but we can hit a few corners when we're ready.
Oh yeah, I'm saying y'all.
But we're starting to mend together, and the music is starting to mend together where it's all appreciated, and the ones that stay until 12, most of them don't leave, they stay, and they join in with everyone else, and we all just walk out of there with having a good time and 5 pounds lighter. You're
definitely gonna lose some burn some calories.
No doubt about it. And that's the best part about it. The exercise, the health wise, because I've only had one injury in my life, and that was when I went out to California and I got my Godfather. Yeah, the Godfather trophy. I'm sorry, it was a Lifetime Achievement Trophy in California. And at the end of my performance, I went into what I call a drop that I made up by accident. When you saw me on the Gong Show, when I go around and go down the splits.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's my signature move that was made up by accident.
Okay.
But anyway, I had bought some new wheels on my skates, some new floor mat premieres, and I didn't round the edges out to do that move. And when I went into that move, I tore my Achilles.
Oh wow.
Right on the floor.
Wow.
Best part about it was the end of my routine, and then there was one that when I was getting up, I'm like, y'all gonna have to get me.
What you say? I need help. Help!
I need some help. Oh yeah. But I come to find out I tore my Achilles. But at first I thought I went to the hospital that night. They told me I sprung my ankle. Okay. I'm out there and at the beach and everything, walking around on a torn Achilles, thinking it's a sprung ankle. And I had an MRI, and they told me that I had tore my Achilles, so I had to have major surgery on it, which is the only thing that's ever happened to me. As far as a bad injury on roller skates. So I was off my wheels for 2 years.
That's actually
wow, that's a long time.
I had reconstructive surgery. Well, 6 months. Oh no, I'm sorry. About 3 months of walking around with a sprained ankle, thinking it was going to get better.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So now I got to have major surgery, cast, and all of that. And I'm riding around on my go-go. But a real quick funny story, when we had our Halloween skating party, I had on a mask and I'm riding my go-go. They cleared the floor and they let me go out on the floor in my go-go. All by myself, Unbelievable, boy.
What year was this?
We're talking about 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, about 4 years ago. Yeah, I'm just now recovering from it. And because when I came to the skating party there, I was, oh man, I'm just not starting to get back in shape again.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an unfortunate accident, but it's kind of a blessing because throughout your whole entire career, it's only been one time.
One time.
And you do some strenuous moves.
Because when I saw you doing that move on the Gong Show, I was just like, wow, okay.
That's some dexterity there. You're moving all in and out and
well, that's those years of skating every day, at the arcade, developing, muscles that no matter what you do, they just going, and then constantly doing it, keeps you in that physical shape, that like today when we skate, we have to warm up first. Okay, you know, you don't just go out there buck wild and start sliding corners and everything. You know,
Yeah.
you loosen your muscles up. You know, get them to the point where you won't pull a muscle here or there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they're learning it. They're
Mhm.
learning it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of the things that, you know, I try to do is I try to, you know, at least stretch my legs out a little bit, you know, before I get out there. Because once you hit a certain age, you ain't no spring chicken no more. And them,
Tell me about it.
yeah, you do. Before you do that move, you better think about it. Are you gonna get back up?
That love for skating is what keeps you going, you know.
Yeah,
We've got
definitely.
skaters that are 80, 90 years old, still
Yeah.
roller skating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Still
definitely.
roller skating. And I tell myself, as long as they're skating, I'm not even thinking about giving it up. No, not at all, you know. But we've got, like I said, we've got to keep it going, and programs like yourself, just whatever you need. When I come there, I'm coming there to pick you up, and we all gonna have a nice dinner. But
All right now.
Hey.
You said you're gonna be here when?
Well, you know, by me traveling a lot, you know, because I fly free because my son works for Delta.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a limousine service here in Detroit, you know,
Yeah.
and I've been doing that for like 30 years now.
Mhm.
So it's like, you know, when celebrities come here, you know, like we take them roller skating sometimes, you know.
Okay.
Nice.
Like just to have a good time, you know. That's what
Yeah.
it's all about, you know. So if you ever come to Detroit, look me up. I'll pick you up at the airport. You know, we'll take you out to some of the nice places to eat. But we're going skating.
Definitely bring them skates.
I'm sad. We're sad that the Soul Roll was postponed.
Yeah.
This
We
year.
were actually looking forward to that. So.
Yeah.
That would have been big this year, you know, because every year when we have the prom, you know, I drive the party bus, you know, so we get on that party bus, and it's most of them, 90% of them out of towners, you know, and they get a free ride to, where we have our prom at. You know, my boy Raphael, he rents the bus and he pays for it himself, you know, and it's just the hospitality, you know, that, you know, we love to give from, you know, to out of town skaters, you know, that I take them on tours of downtown and let them see the area, and, you know, take them places where they like to eat and stuff like that. That's what we do, and that's what these skating parties are doing now.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not just coming there roller skating, you know, we're going on tours.
You have to give them their money's worth.
Yeah.
You have to give them.
You know, they're taking it and they're expanding it, you know, and just doing other different things just to get everyone together, you know, to meet and greet. We meet and greet at hotels. You know, we sell, like, the vendors, you know, like when we were there in DC, you know, I had my book signing, you know, and they sold all my books. I didn't have any more books coming home.
That's a good thing.
That's really good. Yeah.
You know, I loved it. You know, I mean, I've been to like 7 cities now, you know, California, you know, I had to go out there, and I got 200 books I left out there. You know, it's just that in Atlanta, you know, I had a book signing there, and it's just been, you know, treated and taken very well. And I just love the fact that people are listening to us, you know. And
well, one thing I can say is I love that shirt you got on.
I know, that's a fly
like
shirt.
That shirt you got on.
Hey. That is an exclusive shirt.
Yes.
But you know where I got it?
Yeah, I do. I was at that event.
Yep.
That's
that
right.
was actually a shirt that we had designed exclusively for Salita's event.
Yeah.
And so those who got it, there will never be another one like that again.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
When you came and sat down, I said, "Oh, he got the shirt on. He got the shirt on." That is that is the Skaters Konnect Legends in the Sky exclusive limited edition shirt.
Hey.
It looks good on you, I might say. It's very slimming, you know.
It's all right, you know, but you know, like I say, our love for skating, you know, it's got us. I think we're just starting. We're really nipping the bud because we've gotten the media behind us now. You know,
yes, now we have.
So.
Yes.
These outlets, oh my God, they can portray us doing just about anything now. You know, it's just a matter of the right people seeing it. You know,
right?
And because if no one else doing it, we're doing it ourselves.
There you go.
We're doing it ourselves.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I like that. So
we're doing it ourselves.
We want to invite all of our listeners. If you haven't gotten the book, please go out and get the book.
Yes.
The Motown Sound on Wheels.
Yes.
They can get it from where? Because I got mine
Well,
at DC. So where are
they
the
can
places they can purchase?
Barnes. Yeah, I mean, you can go to Barnes and Noble and order the book, and Amazon.com. You can order the book
Okay.
from them. You can even get it on the Kindle, and the
Okay.
book is selling. What I love about it is selling worldwide,
Dope.
Yeah.
and it's the #1 book in the skating category on Amazon.
Hey, there we
Wow.
go. There you go.
Another
There you go.
first.
Another first.
Doing pretty good,
Another
yeah.
first.
And if you get your book and hold on to it, if you see me in the ring, I will autograph it for you.
Hey.
That is for sure, because we have an autograph book here.
No
So
doubt about it.
nice
Yes.
little, yeah. So you can get your book autographed too.
Oh yeah.
That is definitely dope. Well, we appreciate you,
Taking the time
taking
out
the
to
time
spend with us.
out
We
and
appreciate your
yeah,
support
yeah,
for being
definitely.
here and for the skate world, the support that you give to us
Oh.
in the skate world.
Definitely.
To my last breath, I'm going to be involved in roller skating, getting it
Okay.
up there and keeping it going. And because this is us, we've got our own world,
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
and life is too short.
Yep, that is true. That
Let's
comes
just-
from the words of the OG in the skate game.
So let's just keep rolling.
Keep on going.
So how would the people get in touch with you if they want to follow you, or how would they get in touch with you on social platforms?
Well, I'm on Facebook too. You can also catch me on there, and Instagram. I'm on there talking a lot with Snoop Dogg's father, because me and him are good friends. Matter of fact, when Snoop came here, we used to hang out with him for a little while, and
Okay.
he's when he comes to visit here, we drive him around to his venues and stuff like that.
Oh, dope.
It's just that we got to, keep ourselves going and having a great time at it, but they're all coming to us,
Yeah.
they love to roller skate too,
Yeah. So what is your name on Facebook?
So Rockin Richard Houston.
Okay, and then on Instagram?
On Instagram, oh God, how did I?
You know what I'm saying? People always do that.
Yeah, I was like, what is my Instagram name?
Right, what is it? Because it was created for me, and I'm like,
Okay.
But you know what? On my Facebook, you'll be able to see it. I mean, I put
Okay.
it on there so they can find it,
All right. We'll also stick it on the video as well, your Facebook and Instagram, so they can
Great.
definitely follow you. So for all you guys that are listening or watching the videos, make sure you guys follow him. He is an OG in the game.
Yeah.
He has a lot of history behind him. You can learn a lot. Go watch that YouTube.
No, we're gonna put the YouTube video link. He was also on Funk Detroit show.
Rolling
Funk Detroit, and then your Charles Wright Museum book signing. So we have the links for all of those, and you can see him skating in all of those venues. But the Gong Show, second to none.
That takes the cake.
And coming soon, this book here is going
That's
to
right.
Jimmy
Book
Fallon.
number 2.
Yep. This one here is going to Jimmy Fallon for the Tonight Show. So
Okay.
we're trying to get national TV,
All right now.
Nice.
Let us know so we can make sure we write, and we escape people. We got to get behind and make sure Jimmy, showcases that. So let us know. We can push that.
We're going to get Jimmy on some roller skates. You can tell he's ready for it.
I know he is. Look, he's at home. He's about ready to do anything about it. He's trying to get out.
We got to wait for him.
Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. That is truly amazing. And I feel honored to have you on the show.
Yes.
Oh, it was same here, fellas. I'm just so glad to see that we got a venture like this to express different skaters on. And, I got my subscription and everything. I'm going to be keeping up with everything because you guys got so much you're doing. I don't know how you manage it.
I don't know either.
Red Bull and Monster.
Yes.
If you need some help, I'm right here for you. No doubt.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Just name it, and hey, the skaters gonna be behind you because we've got a connection now that we can see other skaters do different things, know what they're doing, and we can all help each other achieve. Because we all got one goal: to get to the top of the skate world.
There you go.
For people to see what we do and express how we do it, and the benefits from it, unmistakable. You know.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say how old I am, but I'm still having a good time.
Hey, ain't
But
none
we
of
know
their
you was on the
business.
Gong Show, so. So we know
Some
there's
folks don't
miles
even
there.
know what the Gong Show is.
You got that right. You know, so like what? You know, but hey, a lot of the OGs know. They know what's
That's
happening.
right. That's right.
Oh man, definitely.
Yes, indeed.
So
But there are
again,
new shows coming up.
hey, there you go. Come on, skaters. We gotta get it together. Yeah, we gotta get it together, push it forward. You know, this is
We'll
for the
get you
skate
there.
culture. This is for the culture, it's for the community. It's for the family, because we all family. So definitely, once again, thank you as always. We love you.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely be talking to you again. Hopefully, we'll be able to make it down there to Detroit, or you come here, and we can chop it up some more. So definitely
no doubt
looking
about
forward
it.
to it. Definitely looking forward to it. So with that, skaters, as always, thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes.
Thank you guys for viewing, and we will see you guys on the wood.